Incoming transmission.
Picture this. A recording studio somewhere far, far away.
Welcome, Watchers of Illusion, to my Castle of Confusion on the 19th of November. And today I'm looking at Probotector, which is otherwise known as Contra, which is otherwise known as Grisor. And, well, yes, there we are. Several different names for some reason. Okay, so basically down to the nitty-gritty. Probotector is a modified version of the game Contra, and was released in 1990. Basically, the European version took out all the human characters and replaced them with robots. Robots. Yes, them. Anyway, basically it was to sort of get around the censorship laws in Germany, which does not allow, or didn't allow, the sales of violent video games to minors. So basically, they got around it by doing that. As for the home computer versions, Grisor for the ZX Spectrum C64 Amstrad CPC, released in 1988. But for some reason, the C64 version in North America was released with the Contra, but the others were for Grisor. So there you go. That's a little history for you. Anyway, this is a great game. I had this back in the day and completed it back in the day. But I can't promise you anything spectacular is going to happen today. I am well out of practice. So I'm just going to crack on and see how we can get on. I'd like to try and at least get the first boss down. That would be quite nice. Anyway, presentation-wise, it's lovely. Look at it. Smooth scrolling. Lovely character design. It is weird having the everything is robots. But if you'd only played this game, then you wouldn't know any different anyway. You can get different power-ups for your weapon, which is nice. So you see there I've got some sort of twirly fire weapon there. You can get lasers, triple shot, multi-shot, rapid fire, all of that kind of thing, which is really nice. There's also invulnerability things that drop as well. There you go. There you have to sort of guess what they are though, because they are just done by initials. So S is spread fire or something like that. And these power-ups come thick and fast, I'm going to tell you. L is laser, which is one of the nicest weapons in the game actually. It's probably one of the most powerful ones as well. Now, the temptation with this is to try and hit your fire button multiple times, but trust me, you just need to fire it once, let the laser sink into its target before pressing fire again. That was a really badly timed jump there, but never mind. Now, when you do die, you do get sent back to your original weapon, which is a little bit poo, shall we say. But it's nice. I mean, they've done a good job with this game. It's very smooth, the animation's nice, the sound effects are great as well. So you get sound effects and music with the NES version, which is great. Apparently the Famicom version was slightly different to this as well, and some say as the superior versions, but we will have a look at that on a different day. There was also Super Contra and all that stuff as well across the SNES, so I'll be looking at those again sometime in the future of the channel. But for now we're looking at Probotector, or Contra as it was otherwise known, and it's a Konami classic. Yes, I don't know if the Konami code works with this, I haven't tried it, but feel free and let me know in the comments if you've tried to do the Konami code up, up, down, down, left, right, BA start, I think, or BA select and start, something like that. Anyway, I know it works on Nemesis. Yeah, I think it was Nemesis. Works on that one. Worked on a majority of the Konami games, hence it called the Konami code. Well, there you go. So now in base 1. So this changes from a side scroll to a forward facing, and you've got to basically blow up the walls using those switches on the wall. Once you've done that, the entire screen explodes and you can then run forwards. Don't try and run forwards while the barriers are up, because you will electrocute yourself. Your lives are up in the top left corner, and that's about all you've got to worry about. There is absolutely nothing else on the screen that will give you anything. There's no score, and that's, yeah, so that's basically it. You've just got your lives meter in the top left hand corner. Now the idea of this is to progress through the tunnels and get to the end of level boss. If you die, you will start this level from scratch, even if you've got to the boss. So be careful and time your stuff very carefully. The screen can get incredibly busy as well, with no noticeable slowdown, which is a definite plus. Control system's very, very tight, really nice. Left, right. There is no up as such. You can move up and down platforms using the up or down and fire button, which is nice. There is a jump button as well, and of course fire button. And that's your control system, and it works incredibly well. The home computer systems relied on spacebar for jump, apart from the Amstrad version, which actually incorporated the fire button. If you pressed the fire button and up, you would jump, which was better than trying to use a joystick and the spacebar. Probably better to have redefined your keys if you had that option, I guess. But no such nonsense on the NES version. Very nice. So this is the European release of the game, so that's why it looks a bit different and has a different name. But we've covered that, so we're going to just have a go at this game and get on as far as we can. Now, this also had a two-player option. I can't remember if it was simultaneous or whether it was turn-based, but I've got a feeling it was simultaneous multiplayer, but let me know in the comments, because I literally cannot remember, so apologies for that. But it had a two-player option regardless, so you could have a mate round and have a good game of Probotector. And I think, do you know, I actually think the robots work. I quite like the sort of the cyber suits they're wearing. I think they look really quite nice. It's a bit of a change, isn't it, from having human commandos? I mean, that's a bit of a tried and tested method, so having them as robots was quite nice. Just a bit of a weird change for such a pathetic reason, really. But never mind. I guess if they wanted kids to play violent games, all they had to do was change them into robots. Go figure. Never mind. Worked well for Terminator, didn't it? Anyway. So here I am, ploughing my way up towards the end of the corridors here. Now, this is the last one, because it's the biggest. Now, if you just try and attack the centre globe, you might get lucky, but you can see how much resistance you get. Lots of enemies on the screen, 3 gun turrets to contend with. You might just be able to just pound that centre button and see if you get lucky. But you're not going to get it on a standard weapon. It really is a bit pathetic. Plus, you've got all those guys in the way. Anyway, so I've got no lives left, and I think this is going to be the boss room. So here we are. Right. So you have 2 turrets that fire at you. The only way you can get through them is to shoot these things out of the way. You can shoot the guns as well when they expose themselves. It's just that... oh, poo. So I've now got to start that entire section again. That's probably the only thing I would say is slightly irritating about this game. But it's so minor that I can't even... well, it's gonna lose a point for that, but that's about it. So this is a top scoring game. It's a very good game. Lots of hours to be put into it, and the replay value is just fantastic. Even if you complete it, you'll want to go back and do it again. This has been an absolute joy to play, to be honest. It brings back a lot of happy memories for me. Probotector was one of the first games I ever had for my NES, but it was certainly one of the sort of earlier ones that I managed to get hold of. My first game ever was Super Mario Brothers. It's kind of what got me in. Who remembers going into your local Boots store and finding a NES setup where you could go and play the games in Boots? I don't literally mean wearing boots. We have a store here in the UK called Boots, and they used to have an entertainment section in our city, and they had a NES set up there with a screen and multi-cart, and you had like a time limit on the games, and you could go and play them and before you bought them, sort of thing. So that was fun, and that's what got me hooked in. I think Castlevania was the game I actually played originally. Loved Castlevania. Games back then even were quite expensive at £45 a pop. So not much has changed in the way of cartridge games, ladies and gentlemen. They are still a massive rip-off even today. Look at the Switch, for example. But there you go. But yeah, this is a great game. If you like your side-scrolling shooters, this game is certainly going to appeal to you, ladies and gentlemen. And it'll keep you going for a while. Can be tricky at times, which is, it's not a bad thing. If you like a bit of a challenge to your games, then, pick this one up and give it a go. You can probably pick this up fairly cheap on eBay these days, as it's not highly sought after, so you should be alright with Probotector. If not, try and get hold of its American cousin, Contra, and play it with humans instead of roboticans. Yes, just invented a new word. But yeah, give it a go. Great game. I think you will all agree. For those of you who've played this before, you know what the game's like. It's very, very good. Those of you who are new to the series, then welcome to the world of Contra, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm going to leave this video here because it is now the boss. I'm going to try and defeat the boss, and I will see you next time. So keep it retro, everybody. Thanks very much for subscribing to the channel. Great to see so many new subscribers this week, so welcome, welcome, welcome. We are just coming up to 400 subs now, so thanks very much for that. Just keep the channel rolling, like, share, subscribe, help out as much as you can. Always appreciated. So until next time, my friends, you stay retro. I'll catch you soon. Bye for now.